Starting with the head coach of Bafana Bafana, Stuart Baxter, and next to him, to the left, is SA Olympic and Under-23 coach David Notwane. But today, he's wearing a different hat. He is the head coach of the COSAFA Cup squad. And on my far left is the team manager of Bafana Bafana, Mr. Panikujani. And next to me, one of our proud sponsors and partner from SAA, Sandile Mkari. Without much ado, let me also welcome you, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. I also saw the assistant coach of Bafana Bafana, Mr. Mulifintseki. Welcome, sir. And I saw there at the back the team doctor of Bafana Bafana, Tulani Ngwenya. I saw the general manager of football business at SAFA, Mr. Mafurvani. And I saw Daryl Kutris, head of marketing at SAFA. Colleagues at SAFA, welcome. Members of the media, once again, you're most welcome. That's out of the way, so let's get on to it. Mr. Sandile Mkari, you here to hear for yourself for the announcement of the squads. Can you just say a few words to the teams?
Thank you, Program Director, Stuart Baxter, the coach, and members of SAFA and members of the media. Is it good morning? It's just after midday, so good day. I didn't get a chance to congratulate the coach for qualifying. Thank you, sir, for making a country proud, and your team as well. I just want to say from the national carrier, South African Airways, we are extremely proud to see the team qualifying. I think if those who remember when we announced our partnership in 2016, we had said that we were excited about Vision 2022, and we think that it's now bearing fruits because most of our teams are making it to major tournaments, and we cannot be prouder to see Bafana Bafana going to Egypt to represent us. So we just want to wish them well at the tournament, and also congratulate the team that will be announced today for both COSAFA and Afcon. We remain behind the team every step of the way, and we call on all South Africans to do the same. This is our team. We are proud of them, we're proud of the boys, and we just want to wish the team, the technical team, and everybody who supports Bafana all the best, and we hope they'll make us proud. And the vision, of course, is just longer than just the tournament in Egypt. We are looking ahead of that, and yeah, so we just want to say, make us proud, boys, and we are fully behind you. Thank you.
Thank you very much to Sandile Mkari. I also saw in our midst the SAFA Technical Director, Mr. Neil Tovi. You're most welcome, sir. You probably know better than any of us the tournament that you will be going into, that is the AFCON. So just a bit of background on the AFCON, on the COSAFA rather. It's the this will be the 19th edition of the COSAFA Cup. It will be held in Durban. As you can see the dates there, 25th of May to the 8th of June. 3 countries, Madagascar, Namibia, 4 countries, Madagascar, Namibia, South Africa, and Zimbabwe will be going to the AFCON. We heard this morning that Angola is pulled out, if you haven't heard. And the semi-final and the finals will be played at the iconic Moses Mabhida Stadium in Durban. King Zwelithini and Princess Makoko Stadiums will be used earlier in the competition for the group stage matches. And Sugar Ray Xulu Stadium and Chatsworth Stadium will be the training venues. Zimbabwe are the defending champions. They won last of their record 6 titles in Polokwane. Most of you, or some of you were there. They beat Zambia 4-2 in the final. And Zambia and South Africa have 4 titles each, so we have a chance to grab another one. Angola has 3, Namibia has only 1. So that was the COSAFA Cup draw. As you can see, South Africa goes straight into the quarterfinals, where they'll be facing Botswana. The winning quarterfinalists advance to the semis, and the losers move to the plate competition. And we most definitely don't want to see ourselves there. So there we go. That is Bafana Bafana's match on Sunday, the 2nd of June, at the Princess Makoko Stadium at 3 o'clock. South Africa versus Botswana. And this will be a repeat of the 2016 and 2018 plate final deciders, which South Africa won, if you still remember. There's a brief history of Bafana Bafana in COSAFA Cup. Our last win, that is winning the tournament, was in 2016. And South Africa, as you're well aware, is one of the 2 COSAFA members who have won the AFCON, the other being Zambia in 2012. The men's COSAFA, or the senior men's COSAFA team, COSAFA Cup is one of 6 tournaments that will be hosted by COSAFA. As you can see there, we've got the COSAFA Women's Championship, where Banyana Banyana are the defending champions. We've got the Under-20 Women's Championships, championship. We've got the Under-17 women, Under-17 boys, as well as the Under-20 Championship for men, which will be played in Zambia. You can see the dates there, and you can see that the Banyana Banyana and the Under-20s will be running concurrently. Both will be played in Port Elizabeth. So now, let me hand over to the man of the moment, David Notwani, who's the head coach of the COSAFA Cup squad, to say a few words and then announce his team. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, folks. Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Afternoon. Thank you. Thanks for the reminder. To the SAFA hierarchy, under President Dr. Jordan, the leadership of SAFA under CEO Russell Paul, the technical department under the leadership of Niltovi, and friend Hilton, I think I've seen her somewhere, head of medical Dr. Ngwenya, the sponsors, Mr. Mkari, members of the media, all protocol observed. It is indeed a privilege and an honor to be part of this momentous occasion where we are about to present to you the COSAFA team. And of course, for me, I must be grateful as well to Coach Stuart Baxter, Bafana Bafana coach, assistant coach, Mulifi Ntseki, for presenting us the opportunity, the under-23 team, to take up the challenge of making the country proud at COSAFA. Of course, you are aware that our third round qualifier for the Olympic Games has been postponed to September. So therefore, that rendered our program a little bit, broken down or disjointed, because we were looking forward to complete our qualification process for COSAFA. Having said that, it means therefore that our participation in the COSAFA Cup is a two-pronged approach, where with Bafana Bafana, Coach Stewart, Coach Mulifi will be jointly involved in terms of putting the team together that we are about to present now to represent us. And of course, for us, it gives us an opportunity as the under-23 team to have preparation for our game that is coming up in September, to check our permutations in terms of new players that have been on the horizon, and of course also to continue from where we left off against Angola. On that note, allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to present to you the squad that will be representing South Africa under the banner of Bafana Bafana for the COSAFA tournament as outlined. Yeah. Oh, I thought it's coming up on the screen there. Okay. Thank you, folks. In goal, we have Mondli Mpoto, Darren Johnson, and Riyad Peterse, who comes in as a senior as part of the joint venture with Bafana Bafana. Obviously, announcement going forward for their preparations for AFCON. Defenders, Tendo Mugumela, Kiano Cupido, Riv Frosler, Tesias Malepe, Katleo Mohamed, Bongani Sam, and Sandile Mtetwa. The midfielders, Tebo Mukwena, Atinko Sidlala, Sipho Mbule, Kamoelo Mahlatsi, Grant Magaman, Chemi Weber, sorry. I'm reading off my list. Apologies for that, ladies and gentlemen. Cloak says there, okay, Kigin Dolly as part of our midfield and attackers. Kauhelo Sikota. Okay, I've mentioned Sipho Mbule already. Apologies for that. The chronological order of the team is not consistent with the presentation. I've mentioned Kamoelo Matlatsi already. That completes our midfielders. Can we go to the forwards? Yep. Pagamani Matambi, Lerato Zakele Lepasa, Jamondre Dickens, Luther Singh, and Liam Jordan. So that completes our complement of 23 players as we present them now to represent us in COSAFA. Of course, it's a mixture of continuity from the Angola qualification process, and of course, other players as part of Coach Stuart Baxter's Bafana project for Afcon, and of course, us introducing new players as I mentioned already. That has been on our horizon, the likes of Sipombule, Kaugela Sukotsa, who is in Portugal, left winger, who we want to see from international competition level. How far is it from us? Liam Jordan has been doing fantastically well, scoring goals in Denmark. And of course, we are happy and we are confident that we'll represent the country well in this COSAFA tournament. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Coach David. Apologies for that glitch. Members of the media, we're giving you a chance to pose questions to Coach David regarding the COSAFA squad. If you feel your question is related to Bafana Bafana, please hold on to it. We're still coming to that. But if it says to do with COSAFA Cup, please feel free to ask Coach David anything. Yes, where's the microphone?
Coach David, Mark Stradham, Tisa Blackstar. The obvious one, Dolly will be there with an eye to trying to assess his match fitness and get him match fit for the AFCON squad.
Yeah, of course, thank you for the question, and I'm sure I'll allow also maybe Coach Stewart to chip in. As I mentioned already, that it's a joint venture project where we found a balance between our preparation and Bafana Bafana's preparation for AFCON. Of course, Keegan Dolly, we know his challenges with injuries throughout the season. So when we discussed with the coach, we agreed that let's afford him the opportunity to get more game time after having overcome his injury challenges. He's back to full fitness in his club. So we are happy to help Bafana Bafana in terms of the bigger picture, which is AFCON preparation for Coach Stuart Baxter. And on that note, maybe the coach wants to chip in to add into the response. Thanks.
Yeah. When we sit down, I mean, we were here before, and I was talking to you about our plans and for preparation. Since then, that has changed about 3 times. So I'm going to have to go through that again with you guys and show you the reasons for doing things. One of them was that the under-23s had their own camp. So we designated some of the players to go there for the experience, and therefore they could not take COSAFA, so we had a COSAFA squad in our mind that would be a sort of mixture of senior Bafana players and up-and-coming Bafana players. Now that David's squad are taking this on as a part of their preparation, the challenge we've got is to try and make it meaningful both in the development programme and in preparing for an important event like AFCON. So we've got Riyad Peterson. We have our 3 goalkeepers. If one of those goalkeepers is injured in the preparation, we don't want to be going to pick up a goalkeeper who is 4 weeks on the beach and he's got to go straight in and play an important AFCON game. So Riyad is the one that we're hoping to give game time with David, and therefore will make himself available should we need him. Keegan Dolly actually asked me himself if he could get more game time. He's played in 4 reserve games. His coach says he's 100% fit, so we're not taking a chance with him. We're just allowing him the opportunity to get that game time, to bring up his sharpness, and to be fair, to allow David the opportunity to having a more senior player as a good example to some of the younger players. So we're hoping that in that way, and I'll go into a few of the other things that our thinking. In that way, we make a meaningful event of COSAFA, and I think it's an exciting team. The squad is exciting. We're investing international game time into the right type of players, and it's not without its value for the preparation for AFCON. So, as David said, it's been good. Malefi, myself and David have sat down many times, especially with the changes that have come, with COSAFA changing the dates and David's games being shifted, etc. So we think that we've got a meaningful event here, and in a way some preparation for AFCON and also going past that. Yeah.
Do you have any more questions for David? There's a microphone, sir.
Tamashola Joseph from Sports. I think looking at the name, a young man like Lepasa, making it into a big tournament like the COSAFA in terms of his age, was his latest heroics part of the reasons why he got selected, what he did in the Nedbank Cup, building up to the final and in the final?
Yeah, thanks for the question. Naturally, yes. But remember, in the last, when we announced our Angola squad, I mentioned that we went through the talent pipeline at the base, and there's a lot of players within the age group that we are working in that we would have loved to have, but we had to leave out for logistical reasons and for lack of, at that time, having enough preparation to test all the players that are available. Lepasa was part of our camp in preparation for Angola. We would have loved to have him going to Angola. Unfortunately, if you remember, TS Galaxy was playing the Nedbank, I think, quarter-final match, if I'm not mistaken, on the Wednesday, upon the end of the FIFA break, which was the Tuesday, when we played against Angola in the second leg. He did very well in our camp against Angola. We're happy with the talent he has shown. And of course, we put the challenge to him to go back to his club, perform better, admirably, which he has done. He has raised his hand. And we are very, very excited that he is showing signs that he's an emerging serious talent in terms of our strike force. So by all means, certainly, yes, his latest performance in the Nedbank warrant for us to really consider him seriously. Still a long way to go for him, but we are excited that he is an emerging talent in terms of the strike force, especially being a challenge area for us in South African football. Thanks.
Yes, sir. Microphone there.
Good morning, Coach. Clyde from Supersport.com.
Good afternoon.
Oh, is it good afternoon? Sorry. Coach, I just wanted to find out what's the latest with regards to Nicola Tavares. The last time you spoke about him in the build-up, you said you would have loved to have him. And I see he's not in the squad. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Nicola Tavares, I think you're right. I mentioned that would love to have him, but due to logistical issues in terms of his documentation, his status, in terms of him being South African, we know that he possesses dual citizenship. So we tried our level best, of course, with the help of Coach Stuart Baxter, to try to rope him in this phase. However, challenges rendered that again is not available for us. We know that, of course, his season has been ongoing. So to get him down here to come and sort out his status in terms of acquiring South African passport has been a bit of a challenge, So having said that, of course, the door is not closed for him. He's a talented South African boy overseas. We've engaged him, we've spoken to him, and we remain hopeful that in the near future, we'll have an opportunity to blend him into our talent pipeline, and of course, with a view that in the future, he'll be able to represent South Africa.
Can I just add to that we have been speaking to Nicola, consistently, parallel to documentation trying to be cleared. We don't think that it's going to be cleared in time for registration for COSAFA, but you will see when I announce my squad that Nicola's name will be at the end of the squad, pending passport application. So as you leave this room today, I will be going to Pretoria to sit with the minister and ask him for all of his help to push this through. Is that a guarantee? I'm not sure, but we're going to do our level best.
Yes, sir. Can we take 2 more questions and then we move on to Bafana Bafana that's playing in the Afcon?
Temba Shiba from SABC. Coach, have you chosen your assistant? If yes, can you elaborate on him?
Is that to me or Coach Stewart? Oh, thank you. Yes, of course. If you remember from the last camp against Angola, Coach Kwanelo Kopo was chosen as the assistant, and we'll continue with the same technical team as far as possible. Of course, we know that it's off-season, and other members of the technical staff and support staff might not be available, but we are still engaged, and we'll find the necessary replacements that are, of course, able to deliver the same quality of work that we expect of our technical staff within our SAFA structures. So, in answering directly, yes, Kwanelo Kop will continue as an assistant coach. Thanks.
Without any further questions, thank you very much for those questions. Excuse me. We now move forward. Now we're going to talk about we're going to take matters dealing with the Afcon, the 2019 Afcon squad. First of all, just again a brief background on the Afcon tournament. It's the 32nd edition of the Africa Cup of Nations. It will be played in Egypt. Egypt last hosted in 2006. They've won it a record 7 times, as you can see there, so they're doing very well in this tournament.